What's up, sluts? So this is going to be episode review for 116. As you can tell, I'm in a different environment. I can't even speak right. I'm really tired, so this is going to be like, yeah. Anyway, I'm at my friend's house, and he's not here for a reason. I made that sound way more sketchy than it is, but yeah. Anyway, point is, I can record this video without no one interrupting me. So yeah, let's do it. General thoughts, as usual. The explanation when it comes to training, fighting, abilities, attacks, that sort of thing is the writing there is typically as expected of Super, not very logical and not very sensible. But with that being said, it's kind of like most Super episodes nowadays, especially in this arc, have that thing where, like, yeah, when it comes to like the action stuff, like it's illogical, but there's a couple other things that it doesn't necessarily make up for it, but it makes me enjoy the episode more than previous episodes, like say like Resurrection F or Zamasu stuff. So, and the episode actually starts off with something like that. Grand Priest's comment on Goku going bois when he was imitating like what Zeno was saying about Goku's attacks or Goku's Ultra Instinct. I wouldn't say it was funny, because funny indicates like I'd laugh. It made me chuckle. I didn't laugh for like an extended period of time, but I chuckled. I was like, yeah, like that. So I like that. Addressing the Universe 6 Kaioshin's reaction was trash. Like how they made such a big deal, like, oh my god, he's finally lost it, and spending like so much time on that. That was unnecessary and not the most interesting, or not even the most, not a very Toriyama-esque natural Dragon Ball character trait to express. So it was trash. That whole Universe 6 Kaioshin losing his shit thing was trash. Then for some reason Vegeta is all of a sudden shocked at Goku's form, right? Which, you know, Beerus has been saying it, all the gods have been saying it. There was actually, when Goku first went Ultra Instinct, there was like a hushed silence, or not a hushed silence, not even a silence, but more like a murmuring among the gods, and everyone was like looking at Goku and when he first achieved it, and you know, pretty much everyone knew it. And now for some reason Vegeta's acting all of a sudden shocked, like, oh my god, this is Ultra Instinct, what the fuck? And then he has to remember what Whis told him. And so Goku's fighting Kafla. So people are saying like it's Kafla, but like when I listen to the Japanese episode, they're saying Kefla in the episode. So I wonder, like, I don't know how you get Kefla from Kafla. I mean, people like Kaiser Nico or Herms are all saying Kafla, but or they're spelling it with an A instead of an E, like that first vowel. But yeah, it's still pronounced Kefla somehow, I guess. But yeah, so he's fighting Kefla, and yeah, he's beating her ass. He's beating her ass, but the thing is, Goku has this thing where he's not hitting as hard, and this is actually kind of retarded. So it makes no sense for Goku's strength, right? His strength. So basically, how hard he's hitting Kafla with is it's wimpy, but his speed is good. And it makes no sense for Goku's strength to suffer in his form when his speed is up to par, like what we expect of a new form, right? And I can already see people are going to say, oh, but what about what Piccolo told Android 17? But that comparison doesn't work, since 17 didn't suffer from a drawback after transforming. 17 having not weak strength, but not really affecting Piccolo, right? That works because Piccolo and 17 were, first of all, they were comparable opponents, right? At least Piccolo at the time was comparable. Obviously, we all remember that one scene where before Piccolo fuses with Kami, right? When Vegeta was fighting 18. 17 punches Piccolo in the gut, right? Now, after Piccolo fuses with Kami, then he can say that, oh, now your hits don't, now your hits don't hurt me that bad. Now, obviously that, like I was just saying, that obviously isn't the case, because 17, we have that famous iconic scene of him punching Piccolo in the gut and basically KOing him in one hit, right? And like I said, that this is during or right after Vegeta fought 18 as a Super Saiyan and lost, right? So that's the first problem that's the first reason why that comparison doesn't work. But the second reason is that this is after transforming, right? 17, he didn't transform, and then like he didn't like it's not like one. It's not like his hits were intentionally weak and like his speed was. On the other hand, like you could make the argument like for Super Saiyan Stage 3, like what Trunks did against Cell, like like his power was overly compensated and his strength wasn't. So maybe this is kind of like a reverse situation, but that also doesn't work because of something that happens later in the episode, which I'll talk about. Anyway, but even more so reason, right, why this doesn't work, because in the case of Goku, in that he can't hit as hard because he hasn't gotten used to the form, right? That's the reason that they give. But again, that's also a bad explanation. He wasn't used to Super Saiyan 3 when he transformed against Fat Buu, yet he was still hitting. He had no problem like hitting hard or making Buu feel his attacks, right? He didn't have a problem transforming into Super Saiyan 3 and hitting hard, Super Saiyan God for the first time and hitting Beerus hard, or even when, and if you want to count it, combining Kaioken with Super Saiyan Blue in the anime and not hitting hard. So we've had 3 different Saiyan forms, and he's been able to hit hard. But for some reason, Ultra Instinct, even though it's not a Saiyan form, even though like it's a new form, or even though it really shouldn't be a new form, but point being is that it is a new form, I guess, in some way. And now he can't hit hard because he's not used to the form. Whereas those other 3 forms, he wasn't used to them and had no trouble hitting hard. Plus, and obviously, Kefla not being hurt by these attacks is also problematic because these attacks worked on Jiren, or at least one of those attacks worked on Jiren. So yeah, this whole like, oh, you're not hitting hard thing is trash. That being said, Goku owning Kefla was sick. Just the way that he was silent. It's like this whole, the reason, like I've always liked like silent characters just like owning, like fucking owning, not just Goku, Kenshiro, Gintoki, Kiryu, and Yakuza, like whoever, right? But it's even more pronounced in Super because obviously Goku's character has been flanderized to no end, being him being like too hyperactive or too childlike or whatever, exuberant, right? And so him like going back to like that silent, it kind of reminds me of like him being Super Saiyan on Namek when he fought Frieza. So that's why I feel like this moment when he goes Ultra Instinct is a lot more poignant. Now, but then once again, like I was saying, we go back to the retarded shit because Kefla, she then starts to power up with like this really cool Ki Aura laser, right? So like the thing is, this is something that I thought was like really neat, right? When she powers up, like her ki goes like red and all that, and then it like sends out lasers, right? And then we see like they're slicing through mountains like they're butter, right? And I thought that was pretty neat because we haven't really seen like Ki do that. We've seen like rocks levitate, we've seen rocks being blown away, but for that Ki Aura laser to like slice through a mountain, I thought that was pretty sick. But it's also retarded because apparently those Ki Aura lasers can hurt or kill Goku even when he is in Ultra Instinct mode. And I shouldn't have to explain like why that is bullshit. Now again, we've had attacks by weaker people that can hurt or potentially kill people. Most notably Krillin's Kienzan, right? But again, this isn't an attack that she's using. It's just her fucking ki. And that's like fucking retarded. Because and again, Super's power scaling is obviously like all illogical and just half-assed backwards, and that's one of the reasons like why the show is bad, because it's obviously something that made Dragon Ball like not only popular but made it like easy to follow, right? But yeah, the fact that Kefla's ki can kill Goku in Ultra Instinct mode when she herself is weaker, it's fucking retarded. So then, you know, Goku's like dodging this and charging the Kamehameha, and there's some cool moments and some bad moments, right? I'll start with the bad moments first. First of all, they're overusing the insert song. Now, this is the 3rd time the insert song is played in the last 6 episodes. The last 7 episodes. That's bad, okay? Because for 2 reasons. One, in my opinion, the insert song is already pretty bad, right? I think insert songs in 2017, like, there's no place for that to make Dragon Ball cool. You know, you can't. That's something that's only really reserved, in my opinion, for 80s and 90s stuff. I haven't really heard an insert song outside of Dragon Ball, like in an anime, where it's like, oh, like this is cool. Maybe Hunter x Hunter, but even then, I wouldn't really call it cool. It's more like emotional feelsy. But so that's one thing. Like the insert song isn't good. But 2 is like, if you overuse and overplay an insert song, then the impact of that song is lost. For instance, when Trunks transformed into Super Saiyan, Battle Point Unlimited was dope as fuck because it only played once. And so that song was relegated to that scene. Unmei no Unmei for Gohan Super Saiyan 2 was relegated to that scene. Right? So it's like that much more poignant. But over here, it's already been used 3 times, and it's just like, it's already been used twice with Goku versus Kafla. And I wouldn't be surprised if they play it like at least twice more when Goku and Jiren have their rematch. So that was trash. Then Kefla has like this whole fucking like trash quote about how Goku can't dodge in mid-air. And this to me is just like, oh man, like you gotta be a special kind of stupid to like write this. And I don't know if it's like a translation issue or something, or maybe like that's the best way that like Crunchyroll or whoever can like translate it. But first of all, Goku has Shinkanito, instant transmission. We've seen people dodge in midair without it. And people are going to be like, oh, but you can't fly. But the point is, we've seen people flying in these matches. So it's not like that's an excuse. So it's, yeah, so that was a trash quote. That being said, the animation was fucking sick. It was sick as hell, right? The way Goku dodged her last, like her ultimate, like, green-red ki attack, like him, like, sliding the Kamehameha on that, on her blast, and, like, the sparks were flying out, that was sick. And the animation on Goku's Kamehameha was dope as fuck. But unfortunately, I have to end this review on more bullshit. Because breaking the Patara to cause diffusion, right? So, basically the Patara break and then they defuse. But this is a plot hole. Because Vegeta and Goku did this twice, right? They did this once when they were inside Boo's body. And a second time before they fought Boo in the Kaioshin world, right? And in neither case did this cause diffusion for either old Kaioshin or Kibito Kai. Remember when Vegeta and Goku, like when they defused inside Boo, that was old Kaioshin's Patara earrings. And they crushed it, and he didn't diffuse. And with Kibito Kai, he gave them his Patara earrings, and they crushed it right on the spot. And he didn't defuse. So that's a plot hole. And now now we have like this whole no stamina shit continuing, right? This shit continues to be retarded, right? Goku as a Super Saiyan with little stamina could barely muster a Kamehameha against 19, but now apparently he can transform into stronger forms in Super Saiyan 3, which drain energy. And granted, Super Saiyan Blue is kind of like Super Saiyan Stage 4 in that the point is ki control, but obviously like that plot point is now thrown out the fucking window, right? So not only can he transform into stronger forms when he's exhausted, but he can fire out ki blasts with no effect whatsoever. Not to mention he regained ki while fighting Kefla. When he's just think about this. He was exhausted and he fought Kefla to regain ki. Like, that is just so mind-numbingly like fucking retarded. Makes no sense whatsoever. Really makes no sense. Right? You just think about like the whole Android 19 fight, and this shit makes it's stupid. And I said that I would explain, like, there was one thing that made the explanation for why Goku's attacks, like why they don't hit hard. And we get an explanation. We says that Goku thinking about the attacks made them weaker. What kind of motherfucking bullshit? Dude, this is... Just think about this for a second. We says that Goku thought about his attacks, and because he thought about his attacks, that makes his attacks weaker in Ultra Instinct mode? Are you out of your fucking mind with that shit, bro? Seriously, you think about a punch and that makes it weaker. And this also causes another problem in how he attained the form with the Genki Dama. See, if Ultra Instinct, if the crux of the form is you're not thinking, you're reacting on instinct, thus Ultra Instinct, right? And I've already said like why like reacting subconsciously like makes no sense for why Goku or Vegeta or whoever should attain a new form, right? And obviously the fact that it's not a new form, that's not a form for Beerus or Whis or whoever, right? Anyway, if not thinking about anything is what unlocks the form, then how does getting hit by a ki attack in the Genki Dama unlock that same fucking form. That literally makes no sense. Now, granted, I'm still of the opinion that him getting hit by the Genki Dama, right? Him getting hit by a key attack in general makes sense for why he unlocked a form. But if this is the case that not thinking about anything is like what makes Ultra Instinct like 100%, like you use it to like its most effective way, then that completely retcons, not even retcons, contradicts what was shown in the special, which in itself was already contradictory and full of plot hole bullshit. So yeah, once again we have a typical super episode, or a typical super episode with respect to this arc. The writing's bullshit, but there's a couple like moments that sort of like, oh, okay, that's all right. But yeah, that's my review. Anyway, I'm kind of fucked up. So yeah, that's it.